eye on Tucson, where investigators are still looking for Nancy Guthrie. Here's what we know so far. Now, the FBI says the suspect is a man about 5'9" or 5'10", and that has an average build. He was carrying a black 25-liter Ozark Trail hiker pack, and the FBI has doubled the reward to $100,000. Josh Ritter is a Fox News contributor and a former Los Angeles County Deputy District Attorney. He's on the ground now in Tucson. Josh, what's the latest?
Well, just that information that you reported is giving us all hopefulness, and it's also giving the police a lot of leads to work on. Many tips have started to flow in. The last we heard is it's approaching about 20,000 tips, which is fantastic. That gives momentum to the entire investigation. But what it also does is it requires a lot of man hours and a lot of resources to look into all of that. So when you start to get these more specifics on the person that you're looking for, that helps you narrow down all of those tips. Now they know they're looking for a male between the height of 5'9" and 5'10". That's incredibly specific. First thing they do is run all those people's names through a DMV type database to get those types of characteristics, height, weight, and a photo of that person, hopefully, so that this can be helpful in eliminating some of these tips and leads. And the other thing that it does is it helps people push that information out to the public for a general kind of be on the lookout for to the public, and hopefully crowdsourcing this case to try to find this suspect.
Josh, thank you. All right, we're going to go to the couch and discuss a little bit about what we just heard and more. So, Kaylee, something that has sort of raised, as obviously we have sort of more questions than answers, but the notion of, given the high-profile nature, why social media wasn't used perhaps more. And obviously we've been sort of led to believe or assume that it's because there's a guidance occurring for the Guthrie family of when to use their social media and how.
Yeah, no doubt. It was said that there's no doubt they were coordinating with the FBI and law enforcement and releasing those statements. Social media can be used to great effect here. I would also know Matt Finn just spoke with the sheriff, Nanos, out there, and he said that the family's been 100% cooperative. He also said no one's been taken off the table, but he emphasized everything he's been asked for from every family member. They've cooperated.
Andrew, what's on your mind?
This is just so frustrating. I think that just the country is watching this and wondering why we don't have more information, why they're not even getting closer to this suspect. And I also wonder about why AI isn't coming into bigger play here in creating a virtual image of this person based on the video that we now have from the doorsteps. I'm sure they're crushing it, and the feds are in there, and the local authorities are doing the best job that they can. But I mean, this is just, led us to a level of frustration 11 days in, how we cannot possibly know more, but we are, gosh, we're praying for her and her family.
Indeed.
No, to that point, I think the chopper talk with President Trump, though, made me feel a little better. President Trump usually will go outside the lines a little bit. Everyone else is sort of, okay, we can't really say this, we can't do this, we don't want to give that much hope, yada, yada. Listening to him, I felt hopeful, more hopeful than anything I've heard from law enforcement that progress is being made. You alluded to the fact that with the image and the Ring camera, the guy that came we all saw it a couple days later, but perhaps when President Trump had talked, he knew about that.
That's a good point.
And he inferred maybe there's some progress happening, and that gave me some hope.
Which those photographs and the video, Donna, I think exceeded all of our expectations, and especially the method of recovery, deeply encouraging, and hopefully the breakthrough that investigators need.
Yeah, no question. The video is a big help. I also think, we need law enforcement to continue to work together. As we know in investigations, usually there's task forces on the state side. So even without the FBI, I mean, Josh is talking about 20,000 tips. You need help. You need as many people as you can. The frustration, Sandra, comes in from the fact that because she's still missing, you just don't have answers. When we need a lot of, or when there's more time that goes by in an investigation, usually we already either have a dead body or we know what happened, and so the amount of time doesn't seem as jarring and as real. But because we don't know where she is, this is real.
I still feel like, how do we not know how this person entered the house?
And guys, okay, on the heels of Donna's incredible analysis that you've been hearing all day, every day, I'm so excited to announce her podcast, Crime and Justice with Donna Rotuno.
Amazing.